Sound of crashing waves and distant thunder. The ocean glows silver under a rising sun. A seagull's cry pierces the air. Then, silence. The year is 1805. The winds of fate sweep across the Atlantic. Two colossal fleets, one French and Spanish, one British, are about to clash in a storm of smoke and iron. At stake, the future of Europe. On the deck of the HMS Victory, a single man gazes across the water. Calm, determined, unshaken. His name is Horatio Nelson, admiral, legend, patriot. He knows he may not live to see the end of this day, but he also knows that if he falls, Britain must never fall with him. This is not just a battle, it's destiny. Welcome to the Battle of Trafalgar, the day Nelson changed the world. The ocean rolls beneath a gray dawn. Waves crash against the hulls of mighty ships as the wind howls across the Atlantic. The year is 1805, and Europe trembles beneath the power of Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who seeks to rule the world. His armies dominate the continent, but one enemy remains beyond his grasp: Britain. To bring that proud island to its knees, Napoleon needs control of the sea. Across the waters of France and Spain, shipyards thunder with hammer and flame as a massive fleet is forged. 33 warships under Admiral Villeneuve, prepared to challenge Britain's Royal Navy. Their mission, destroy Nelson's fleet and open the path for invasion. But waiting on the horizon is a man who has already become legend: Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson, a sailor who has fought storms, battles, and blindness in one eye. To his men, he is more than a commander. He is the spirit of Britain itself. The winds of fate gather over the coast of Spain near a place called Cape Trafalgar. Here, two worlds will collide. As dawn breaks on October 21st, 1805, the British fleet of 27 ships sights the enemy. The combined forces of France and Spain stretch across the horizon like a wall of steel and canvas. They outnumber Nelson's fleet, but he has no intention of fighting them the old way. Naval battles of the past were fought line to line, two fleets trading broadsides until one broke away. Nelson sees the flaw. It's predictable, it wastes time, and it lets the enemy escape. His plan is revolutionary. He will attack in two columns, sailing directly into the enemy's line, cutting it apart, isolating each ship, and smashing it piece by piece. The order is given. The men prepare the cannons, load the muskets, and brace for the storm. On the deck of his flagship, HMS Victory, Nelson paces calmly. His gold uniform gleams under the sun, and his flag captain, Thomas Hardy, waits beside him. The crews look up to the signal mast as flags flutter into the wind. It is a message that will echo through centuries. England expects that every man will do his duty. A roar erupts from the fleet. Men cheer, drums roll, and prayers are whispered. Across the sea, the enemy guns flash. The battle begins. For nearly an hour, Victory sails straight into fire. Enemy cannonballs smash through her hull, splinters fly, and men fall in heaps. The deck becomes slick with seawater and blood. But still the ship presses forward. Not one gun has yet fired. Then, impact. Victory rams between two enemy ships, the French Bucentaur and the Redoutable. At point-blank range, Nelson gives the order: fire! The broadside tears through the Bucentaur's stern, shattering wood and men alike. Smoke envelops the ships as the Redoutable lashes onto Victory's side, grappling for boarding. Muskets crack from above. Cannon thunder below. The air turns black with smoke, flame, and screams. Everywhere chaos. The Spanish Santa Ana duels the Royal Sovereign. The French Aigle collides with Temeraire. Ships twist and grind. Masts fall like trees, and the sea is choked with debris. But Nelson's bold plan works. The enemy line is broken. The French and Spanish ships can no longer maneuver, their formation shattered beyond repair. The Royal Navy fights with precision and fury, their gunnery faster and deadlier than any in the world. As the battle rages, a single moment changes history. A French sniper high in the rigging of the Redoutable spots a flash of gold on the deck of Victory. He raises his musket, takes aim through the swirling smoke, and fires. Nelson staggers. The bullet enters his shoulder and lodges in his spine. His officers rush to his side. "They've done for me at last," he whispers. He's carried below deck to the dim, crowded cockpit, surrounded by the cries of the wounded. Above, the thunder of guns continues. Nelson asks, "Hardy, how goes the battle?" His captain answers, "Very well, my lord. We have victory in sight." Nelson smiles faintly. "Thank God," he murmurs. "I have done my duty." Those are his final words. As the cannons fall silent and the smoke drifts away, the full scope of the triumph becomes clear. 22 enemy ships lie wrecked or captured. Not one British ship is lost. The combined fleet of France and Spain is utterly destroyed. Napoleon's dream of invading Britain dies that day, drowned in the waters of Trafalgar. From that moment on, the Royal Navy will rule the seas, guarding Britain's shores and empire for 100 years. News of the victory spreads across Europe like wildfire. Bells ring, crowds cheer, but the joy is tempered by grief. The hero of the hour, Horatio Nelson, will not return home alive. His body, preserved in brandy, is carried back to London aboard the Victory. When his ship enters harbor, tens of thousands line the shore in silence. His funeral is a national event. The streets of London overflow with mourners. Beneath the great dome of St. Paul's Cathedral, Britain lays her greatest sailor to rest. His tomb bears no boast, no grandeur, only a name that history will never forget. The Battle of Trafalgar was more than a victory. It was a moment when courage and leadership reshaped the destiny of nations. It proved that strategy could overcome numbers and that sacrifice could preserve freedom. Even today, Nelson's legacy endures. His statue towers above Trafalgar Square, watching over London as the city he died for thrives beneath him. Every sailor who serves beneath the British flag still knows his signal. England expects that every man will do his duty. The waves that once carried his ships now carry his story, a story of vision, of courage, and of ultimate sacrifice. And so, when we look back on that day in 1805, when the guns roared, the sky burned, and one man's duty changed the fate of the world, we remember that victory has a price, and heroes are made not by survival, but by sacrifice. The sea still remembers that day, when smoke and thunder rolled across its waves, and a single man changed the fate of nations. That was the Battle of Trafalgar, where duty became destiny. If you were standing on those decks, with cannon smoke in your lungs and death in your eyes, would you have had the courage to do your duty? Tell us what you think in the comments below. If this story moved you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next week, we dive into another moment that changed the course of history forever.